Okay, this email is coming from Sandra. Sandra, thank you for the email. It says, I have received a lump sum Social Security and was wondering, when do I file on my taxes? Since I received this in 2025, even though it was for 2024, do I get a 1099 at the end of 2025? Thanks for all the information you have provided to all of us. Okay, so I am not a tax professional. This is something that you need to ask them. So ask them how to handle this situation, because you're receiving this lump sum, and some people might receive the lump sum payment after they've done their taxes. And so in that case, it's not going to show up on the 2024 taxes. So you need to talk to a tax professional about that. I don't want to give you any information about that because I don't know, and I don't want to give you the wrong information. Okay, this email is coming from Gus. It says, hi, I am Gus from Pennsylvania. I am an Air Force vet, age 74. I served as a police officer for 10 years in 1978. I retired from the U.S. Postal Service in April of 2017. And I think he's saying I started the job in March of 1979. I have called, I think this is Beltham, I'm not sure, Pennsylvania, Social Security office, and just get excuses. My file is earmarked, but that means nothing. David, I have a problem with a retro date going only back to January of 2024. Should it be retroactive to the date of retirement from CSRS, which is April of 2017? If a MIA soldier was missing in action for good reason, will he get a retroactive to January of 2024? He was considered active duty or a POW. Can an attorney force SSA to honor the date of CSRS employee retirees? Okay, so in this situation, I do understand what you're saying when it comes down to the retro, but when they passed the bill stated it's going to be January of 2024. So that's in the bill that they passed. So in order to make changes to that, you're going to have a new bill, and Congress would have to vote on that bill. That's the only real way that they can make changes there. But there are people that have very similar complaints as far as going back 1 year. They should be going back even further. Some people are saying, well, when I applied back I tried to apply it back in 2021, but the Social Security employees told me not to apply because I wouldn't receive anything. And so they didn't apply, and now they're applying and they're not going to get the retro payment there's so much going on right now when it comes to that. There are some senators that are looking into this last part that I talked about as far as having Social Security employees tell you not to apply prior to January of 2024. So you didn't apply, but now you're not going to get that 1 year of retro payment because you applied after they passed the Social Security Fairness Act. So there are people that are in that situation, and there are senators that are trying to push new legislation or trying to push to make that change. Okay, next comment is coming from Tully-Ann. It says, still haven't received it, so that's why I don't believe it. Okay, and I'm going to keep going back to this. The Social Security Administration has indicated that in November, they should have everything processed by November. So if you haven't received your retro check or your monthly increase, they could be processing it right now. Now, I have a suspicion that some people that are saying this might not qualify under the Social Security Fairness Act. So you need to first find out if you qualify. And I've done extensive videos on qualifications. I will post a link to one of those videos in this video at the very end, so you can check it out to see if you qualify under the Social Security Fairness Act. Because some people could say, well, I don't believe it because I haven't received it, but they don't qualify for it. And so you have to make sure that you qualify first before you start saying, well, I don't believe it because I haven't received it. And if you do qualify and you haven't received any information regarding the Social Security Fairness Act, regarding this retro payment and the monthly increase, you need to call the Social Security Administration. They're asking you at this point right now, they're asking you to call them to let them know, hey, if you think you qualify, let us know so we can see where we are in the process on your account. Okay, next comment is coming from, we'll just say Rada. I got my payment today, $5,611. No monthly increase reflected yet. Reason for my delay was that I applied for spousal benefits in 2020 and was denied because of GPO. Such a great feeling to have it finally. Thanks for all the great info and updates from your show. Okay, so this is another good story of someone who received a lump sum payment. So the lump sum payment of $5,000, a little more than $5,000, and the monthly payments they haven't received yet, but that will be coming very soon. And this person indicated that they qualified under the elimination of GPO. And another thing that I want you to understand, they just received their check. They just received their lump sum check, and we are now in May. And so if anyone has a question about that, they are still sending out the retro check. Okay, next comment is from Miss V Design for you. It says, yes, that's a good idea to talk about retirement. Okay, so this is what I want to do with the channel. We're still going to talk about Social Security, so don't worry about that. But I want to move in a different direction. I want to start talking a little bit more about retirement. I've been retired for 3.5 years now. I was able to retire early, if you want to call it that. I retired at 50, and I think it's great. And I have some stories that I've shared in the past, and I will continue to share on this channel. But I want to know what your stories are. So send me an email, david@thetecshow.com. Tell me about the positives and the negatives of retirement, and we can help others. Just like we've been talking about Social Security, talk about the Social Security Fairness Act and all that. You guys can help others because we have people who are retired now, and we have some people that will soon to be retirees. And so they might want to know what to look for. And so send me an email, david@thetecshow.com. Okay, next comment is coming from Cindy. Cindy, thank you for the comment. It says, I received my retro check last Tuesday, and one moment it was not showing. Then I checked my checking account for another reason, and there it was. Very happy now, waiting for my first new amount, maybe this month. It's going to change my life from survival to really living due to now receiving survivor benefits. And then Rosie replied to this saying, same here. I received my retro on Wednesday and will now get survivor benefits. What a blessing this was. Okay, those are two more people receiving survivor benefits that qualified under the weapon GPO, or actually qualified for GPO in this situation, and they're now receiving their payments, at least their lump sum, and then the monthly payments will come. And so more good news for some individuals receiving Social Security benefits. Now, in the future, as I stated, and I stated this in previous videos, there are some more things that we're going to be looking forward to when it comes to people receiving Social Security benefits. And one will be the elimination of taxes for people receiving Social Security benefits. That was a promise that President Trump made. We'll have to see if he follows through with that, as well as we're going to keep our eye on the cost of living adjustment for 2026. So if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.